What I'm about to share with you is critical to the planetary ascension. She is evolving. Will you go with her? It's possible. It's happening right now. Not in the future. It's happening right now. This is the one critical piece that we all know about, but most of us put it somewhere down here. It needs to go up here. I'm going to tell you because I got an important message that I'm supposed to relay to you, because it is time for us to do this one critical thing to ascension. Are you ready? Let's get started. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through the fear and live an amazing life. That is going to come into what we're going to discuss today, is the fear. First of all, I wanted to share with my friend who wanted to see more of this. This is by a local artist. Isn't it gorgeous? Everything around you is intelligent. From the clothes you wear, I choose everything very carefully. And so when I get an opportunity to choose something with positive energy in it, it all counts. What is this one critical thing? This one critical thing that if you did this, everything else would fall into place. The fifth dimension, heaven on earth. It is placing the other as one. Seeing the other as one. Now, I gave you 4 steps in my last video. Number 1 was knowing that we are all one equal, unconditionally loved energy. This is critical. Now, I'm going to tell you why this is so important. If you practice this, you can shift your life. And you're going to feel better. It's going to feel amazing. The worry, the anger, the chit-chat in your head and the arguing and debates will go out the window. They will dissolve. There will be no purpose for them anymore. When you place us as one source in your mind and your heart, and you know that this is true, you know that every action, every expression, everything around you is a shared energy of which you also are. When you can see it as that, then there is no separation. Now I'm going to make a statement. I'm going to make a statement that is absolutely true. And this is what I received. This one statement was, separation from one another is separation from God, the one. Think about this. When you separate yourself and think of yourself as better, different, right, they're wrong, you are separating yourself from that which you are. You are separating yourself from the source. You are not seeing that we are just one shared energy. And it's tough to even say shared energy. It's like we're sharing it, we're individuals sharing it. No, we are one energy. It's very difficult to imagine that this body is one energy of everything. But you don't need to analyze that. What I want to share with you, if you practice this today, see if this works for you. It's going to be tough for those of you who want to argue. Those who say, this is how things are and this is how things are. Can you put all of that aside and just say, I don't know. I don't know. But there is one thing we do know. Through science or the Bible or whatever else it is that you believe in, is that we are one from one. We know we come from one. So if energy cannot be created nor destroyed, it cannot be separated. It's impossible, because if it comes from one source, there's no disconnection at any point. So there cannot be something over here that is judged or this gets punished or whatever. It is just one expressing itself. All those other rules, we made those up. We made those up. Ye are all gods. These things you shall do and more. How many times have I said that? Mountain move and it shall move with faith. What is faith? Faith is the knowing that all things are possible because we are all the one amazing, positive, unlimited energy. That's it. Everything else is this debates and chit-chat of human beings who come from a lower density, right? We've created that. We've manifested this whole lower density. Why? To experience contrast. And now we're choosing to pull out of that and go into the higher realms where we can create a more beautiful planet because we've been on a living energy. She's alive. This planet, that's a fact. She's alive. All right? And evolving. Her frequency's going up. Well, we know that when frequencies are mismatched, they cannot live together, right? You're going to live on a different floor, a different room, or a different dimension. However way you want to look at it or imagine in your head, you won't be tuned into the same station. You want to tune into the same station. The ultimate one, the highest source of everything, is unconditional love. It judges nothing. It judges nothing. And I've told you this before, is that there's great humor in the universe. And that we are here to really experience all of it, including the material world. This would not have been manifested if that wasn't part of it. Why would we have a material world? It creates density. It creates perceived separation. But we aren't. Could you go through your day? Could you go through your day? This is going to be a challenge. Knowing that nothing should be judged if you want to go into that space of the highest frequency. And that is everything that you see is this whole experience playing out different scenarios. That's all it is. Don't get involved in the minutia of the material world and they're doing this and they're doing this. No. That's not what you are. You are this massive, unlimited energy of which everything is connected to is. It's not just connected, it is. Expressing itself in seemingly individual energy fields. You're an energy field. You get to choose what happens in your reality. So no one can possibly be wrong, including yourself, because whatever you're choosing is true for you. There are no buts on my channel. I just read somebody's comment. Yes, I agree with you mostly, but, and then went into some long scenario about how this works and how, cool. If that's how it works for you, great. That will be your world. Are you happy with that world? Is that belief? Are you happy with that belief? Because whatever that person said in that comment was total separation. It made other people wrong, right? You can't be wrong. The question is, what world do you want to live in? So I present this to you today to ask you if you are practicing separation. If you're seeing something that really disturbs you, and you're going into that is wrong, this shouldn't be happening, you're going into separation. So how do we resolve this? We participate in the evolvement of whatever it is we see that we know can be improved upon, that we can provide our assistance. You're not here to approve of nasty stuff or say it's okay or love somebody just because. Unconditional love means I know that you are an expression of the energy of which we all are, and I happen to be observing that right now as a seemingly individual. What is that purpose? It serves a purpose for those who are involved in those scenarios, and every single one of us gets to change it. There is no one who has less power than you. There's no victims. I know this is a tough. If you can practice this, it will liberate you like you can't imagine. Because I want you to remember something. How you view something is not changing what they're doing. So when you go into a negative space of a situation you're looking at, what are you contributing? You're always contributing in some manner. Worry, anger, this shouldn't be, what is this world all about? You are now about that frequency, not about that. You're fueling that, absolutely. But, because you're fueling it for your own reality. But when you come over here, no buts on my channel, right? I shouldn't have said it. When you come over here into this space and you accept everything as purposeful for whoever's involved, and that you get to choose how you affect all of that, you now become the change. You judge nothing. You don't separate yourself from anything, and you know that absolutely everything is an expression of one beautiful, perfect, unlimited energy. Do you know how much power you wield with that? So you can take a situation and then ask yourself, if you were going to go into judgment, sadness, frustration, anger, victim mode, can you shift into something completely different? There is a scenario over here happening with students. Am I able to contribute? If you can't physically contribute, then you can focus on perfection. Not the situation, perfection. You can focus on the love that they are going to receive from you and blessings. You don't need to forgive them. So here's the other thing about forgiveness. I did a video like a couple of years ago about the, can you believe this? I've been on this channel for how many years? Nothing compared to some of the other spiritual teachers been on here a lot longer than you think. And what are we saying? The same thing over and over again, right? And that is, forgiveness for me means that you're judging, now hear me out on this, that you're judging that something's wrong in the first place. When you go into the miracle frequency, I'm teaching miracle frequencies. Shift into miracles. If you want to go in there and take that, you can go down and get some discounts. Those are running. You get use for a year. We talk about what's that higher frequency. In a higher frequency, nobody is actually making a mistake. There are no mistakes. Does this make sense? Okay. I mean, once you imagine this, when somebody does something bad to you, you know, bad means it just doesn't feel good. You don't need to forgive them. You don't need to forgive them. Now you can start with that. That's great, because that's what human beings need to do for themselves. Need. We need nothing. No one ever made a mistake. There's a reason they're playing that out with you. There's a reason that situation appeared in your reality. You've been given an opportunity to do something with it. Now I'm giving an opportunity of somebody who's mistreated me. How will I transform this in that high frequency, not in the low one that fights back? Fight nothing. Somebody said that they're fighting through something. I said, fight nothing. There's nothing to fight. When you realize it doesn't really exist, it dissolves. That's the power you wield. You go to this super high frequency where you realize, how can something that is you have power over you? It's impossible. It's perceived. So while we're here in density, we're creating all of that, manifesting it. Everything's already that exists. So you shift into certain scenarios. The higher frequency you go in, the less you require all of these other scenarios to learn anything, because you get it. So when you go up here, then you become the, let's just say, the light worker. So if you go into the super high frequency and you don't see fault in others, you have compassion, you will experience still some of the pain and the discomfort, loss, all these things. You'll experience human feelings, but you're no longer reacting to it. You're up here observing it. And then you become the person for change. You're always, every day, putting that super high positive energy out there. It starts with the first thing in the morning. What do I say? I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. I say blessings to the planet. I send my light and my love for awakening, abundance, joy, health, wealth, all that you choose. Because I'm not here to impose that on you if you're not ready for it. You may need to go through certain scenarios to really understand that. Maybe it's something you chose and you needed to come into that scenario in this lifetime to experience it because you didn't master it last time. So I need to master this. I'm going to master this situation. I can go into forgiveness. And then you go to that super high miracle frequency and you say, there's no such thing as forgiveness. There was never anything wrong in the first place. It just is. It's just contrast. It's just a journey. It's just an adventure. And everything and everyone out there is participating in it. That's it. And we're pulling out of it. We're not enjoying that. We're mastering it. We're master students. I want you to know that everyone on this planet is a freaking rock star. I don't think you know that. I'm going to tell you right now that the other energy expressions are cheering us on, because it is difficult to come from perfection to experience the lowest of contrast of what we are. It's difficult because we don't recognize what we are. When you get in touch with that, it becomes much easier. And then you're not struggling or suffering with the planet and what's going on here. All right? Does this make sense? So, no more separation, no more judgment, no more they're this, this is how things are. Let it go. We do not need to express that. Everything's perfect. When you go into super high frequency, it's difficult to talk. It just doesn't even make sense to talk anymore. You just say, I call it the knowing. You have the knowing. And you just observe everything. And you experience the human stuff, but you don't judge it anymore. There's no need to. You understand that it's all playing out exactly the way it's supposed to for those individual frequencies that are choosing those scenarios. This is going to be a real big one for you to do. When we become one, the planet shifts completely. And there will be some that will stay in separation. They will live in a third dimension, possibly fourth dimension planet that struggles and always finds fault in each other and is always battling something. Nothing can harm you. People talk about, the virus and the 5G and all this stuff. What do you think would affect Christ? He played out what he did here as an example for us and allowed that to happen as an example for us. There is nothing that can harm you. You can heal yourself. You have to go into the miracle space. This takes practice, and you are going to experience the density, so you will always be involved in the collective feelings on this planet. Some of them are not so nice. There's things moving in the room. You're going to connect to your higher self. You've never lost it because we are just one. So can I get it through right now that there's nothing to go back to, there's nothing to achieve, there's nothing to connect to? I use these words so that we can wrap our head around it, but the truth is, you are the one. You're experiencing something as a seemingly individual. Nothing else is separate from you. It's all beautiful. It's all experiencing its expressions. Be okay with that. And use this instead of looking out here at that. Say, what's my role? What am I supposed to be doing right now? What am I supposed to be contributing? How do I change this in a positive way because of my energy field without interfering and accepting that they may or may not take my assistance? It's okay. I am here for this to generate the reality out here, to help others who are making choices also. That's all it is. Focus on this, not that. Focus on this. This is manifesting that. Everything comes from here. Everything you see is not truly real. It's all science. It's all numbers. Can you do it? Practice it all day long. Is there a thought going through that something's wrong or somebody's bad or somebody did something to you? That guy you married that treats you like crap, you married him. There's a reason why. That girl who hasn't treated you very well or used you, there was a reason for that. You had a relationship. Okay, play it out. Don't blame that person. You participated in it, everything. Take full responsibility. You ready for this? Try it for one day. Let's see if you can do it for one day. Not easy. And the more you isolate yourself from negativity that's unnecessary, which is the media and all that garbage. Hey, listen, this stuff you guys are telling me, I know you're watching the news. Mandatory vaccinations. They don't have a vaccination yet. Why didn't you just deal with that when it shows up, if it shows up? Because if you shift into a higher frequency in another dimension, it will not affect you one way or the other. It will be irrelevant. It's probably not even going to be in your reality. But you're looking out here. All of you that say that, you're looking out here. But what about this? No buts on my channel. What if a comet hits the planet tomorrow? What's happening at this moment? That's all you need to focus on. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Go down in the description. All of my classes have been on a super duper low pricing with coupons. That's all changing. I've let that run for like a year and a half. It was only going to be a few months. I've been letting that run for a long time. My costs have gone way up, so I'm just going to build in some pricing increases, not big ones. You'll still easily be able to afford this stuff, but go down. I'm still going to allow the coupons to run. So if you want to take some of these classes, do it now, because by the end of the week, those pricing is going to change. Not drastically, but Breakthrough Fear has been a phenomenal course. I have not had one person that didn't tell me that it greatly affected their life and that they shifted into something amazing, and that everything that they took in that course was life-changing. So if you want to take Breakthrough Fear, there's a coupon for that. It's called Inspiration with Landria. It gives you $100 off. All right? And you get it for 1 full year unlimited. Let's start using the tools, because it's not easy for us as dense humans to break those practices and habits. But it can be easy for you if you choose that. So get the help. I'm here for you. This is a free workshop for internet marketing training, tools and skills to take us into a new era where we control what we do, how we work, how we earn, what we contribute to the planet. We have to take full responsibility. No more blame. No more blame. We're one. Blessings to you, my friend. Health, wealth, and awakening. Namaste.